Broadcasting live from an undisclosed location. This is the TCMMA podcast with your host, Chris Cross.
Whoa!
Dana White privilege.
Let's go, baby! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go, baby!
Dana White privilege. Privilege.
Yes. We have made it, baby. UFC 304 live watch party, and right now, Patty the Batty Pimblett is making the walk. Right, he's coming out first, and then King Bobby Green will make the walk as well. And you know the fans are going to be going crazy for this, man. Every fight, you got an English fighter. Seems like all night, really, but especially in this one, you got Patty Pimblett making the walk, and the crowd's loving it right now. The crowd is loving it, and the chants have begun, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, the chants have begun.
Oh, Patty the Batty.
Yep, let's get it.
Oh, Patty the Batty.
Yeah.
Oh, Patty the Batty. Oh, Patty the Batty.
Let's go, Patty. Let's get it done.
Oh, Patty the Batty.
We know King Green is an OG. We gotta get it
Oh,
done.
Patty the Batty.
Yes, sir.
Oh, Patty the Batty.
I've been waiting for this fight. What a way to kick off
Oh, Patty the Batty.
the live watch party with the Patty the Batty chants echoing through England right now at like 5:30, 6 in the morning. And it don't even matter that King Green's coming out second. Don't matter. Fans are loving this. And that's right, it's 5 a.m., right? Well, 5:38 to be exact, roughly. So it's late in England, but they're loving this. I mean, imagine you're out all night, and then all of a sudden it's 5:30 in the morning, and you got three huge UFC fights. I mean, you got three huge UFC fights with big-time English fighters.
Whoa!
I mean, these fans are losing their mind. They're past the point of being tired, right? They're past that point. But nonetheless, everybody's pumped up. So Patty Pimblett, right, you'll see the predictions for the upcoming fights, some of the reactions throughout the night, right? You'll see some reactions when Leon Edwards beat Usman with the big KO, Belal Muhammad finished, Sean Brady. None of these guys have lost for a long time, so you're going to see all that during the break. But you're not going to see King Green versus Patty Pimblett prediction. And of course, we got Patty Pimblett winning. The guy's 21-3. King Bobby Green 32-15. Definitely an OG. He's got a lot of losses, but you know, make no mistake, he's much better now than his record. Getting up there in age a little bit, but still. I mean, he's 37, so he's still right there. And Bobby, I got to stop saying Bobby Green. King Green is a guy that relishes in this atmosphere. You know, he's like when NBA players say they like hitting a three on the road and silencing the crowd. That's kind of what Bobby Green's going to be attempting to do here in England, right? The American fighter, everybody's against him. He's on the road in a tough environment. But the guy's a striker, man. 6.5 significant strikes per minute. So he's coming. And we've seen Patty in rough situations at home, only to come out and find a way to get a victory. I think both by submission, if I'm not mistaken. And I expect it to go that way tonight. I expect Bobby Green to look good at times, and potentially look like he's going to get the finish. Molly McCann and Patty always fighting on the same card, always winning. Molly McCann fell tonight to Bruno Brazil. Will we see the same thing here with King Green? King Green's 15th in a lightweight division. I mean, this is a ranked fighter, so big opportunity for Patty the Batty. And you know the crowd's going to want this one because, like, everything's been building up to the next fight. And Bobby Green jumps in the octagon with a big flip. King Green, I should say. I'm going to have to work on it. Let me work on it for a minute while we're waiting on this fight. King Green. King Green. That's his name. He officially changed it. I got to get it right. And boy, these guys are talking in the center of the octagon. This is like Makayev and Kopp earlier in the night, having to be separated by the security. And both guys talking trash. I mean, I don't think either one gets in the other's head. I think they both think like they're dogs and they're going to win the fight. And I love it. Let's go. And I tell you, these fights in England have not let down yet. I mean, it's just been, every time they go to England, it's wild. Both guys 5'10". Patty weighed in at 156. King Green 155. Patty's got a 2-inch reach. They're both going to stand right-handed. Takedown ability, both guys like one every 3 rounds. So like one over the course of a length of a fight. Not very much. Let's go, Patty. Yes, sir. Fighting out of Liverpool, England. And this fight's basically a pick'em. As we've had people weigh in the comments this week saying, listen, the odds are coming down. It's getting closer to even. And now fight time, it's even. I mean, it's dead even. Go, Patty. Will King Green be 0-1 or 1-0? That's what we're going to find out. He fights out of Fontana, California. Okay. So that's a long trip to England. Let's go. Let's go. Ooh-wee. All right, so here we go. King Green versus Patty Pimblett. Both guys having to be separated moments ago, right before this fight's about to begin. They're both staring each other down. The ref's in the middle. And this fight is going to be underway, and I expect fireworks from the beginning. And right away you hear, oh, Patty the Batty, echoing through the arena. And he's in orange. It kind of looks odd. You got red and orange. Nice leg kick by Patty to get things started. Oh. And King Green, as we've seen, he takes a big jab and he says, come on. And listen, we've seen King Green lose, right? I mean, remember he got dominated by Islam, which everyone does. He's lost other fights. He's won some big fights. You know, so yeah, it makes sense that he's 15th in a lightweight division. And you see some guys are like 18-2 and not ranked, right? Bobby King Green's got 15 losses and he's ranked. It's because he's much better than his record shows. And he lands a big right on Patty, backs him up 350 left in round 1. Crowd continuing the chant as they will throughout this fight. Bobby Green keeping those hands down as custom. Just daring you to hit him. Like he knows he's going to get hit. And Patty really tentative right now. Patty looking big for this fight too. I mean, he's looking like he's in great shape. Almost like you would see from Sean O'Malley. Just perfecting the lightweight weight. Both guys having trouble landing. Patty continuing to back up, though. All right, Green, quit all this talking. Let's fight. Let's go. I mean, you don't need to get in his head now. The fight's underway. I get it. But dang, let's go. And I think too, with Bobby or King Green fighting left-handed is used to fighting right-handers. I think Patty's having trouble figuring it out. And Patty goes right to the guillotine. Look at this. Oh, he lost it. Now he goes to the leg triangle. Oh wow. Oh wow. Is that left arm in? Is that right arm in? Oh wow. He's got King Green in a rough spot. He's on his back though. And Patty's squeezing. He's squeezing the triangle. Oh, wow. Here we go. I mean, this is what we've seen Patty do in the past. Boy, if he doesn't get this, he's using a lot of strength in his legs here. That's the only rough part. But he's got him still. King Green cannot get out. Now he's got the arm bar. Oh, and I think he's out. It's over. It's over. He's out of this fight. King Green is done. Submitted from the leg triangle, and then he went to the arm bar, but it was already over. So King Green taking some deep breaths. He's going to be just fine. Patty the Batty Pimblett gets the crowd hype now. He's now 22-3, and all you hear throughout the arena is, "Oh, Patty the Batty." I love it. I love it. And he goes over and hugs King Green, who's getting up now. And usually the security doesn't let you do that, but they let him do it. And man, that was fast. 1 minute and 37 seconds. Unbelievable. And I'm telling you, this guy looks like he's in phenomenal shape and is winning every time that I can remember. So his stock is only going to rise. He just reminds me of Sean O'Malley, just from England. I mean, it's crazy. So see the replay here. Boom, he lands a leg kick, then takes the back, and then jumps right to guillotine. And then then he slipped out of the guillotine. Then he locks in the triangle, and Bobby looks like he can get out, but he can't. Then he gets flipped, and then you see Patty really strengthen those legs. Like, I'm just gonna go for it right here, because yeah. Oh, yeah. Boy, and that happened fast. Unbelievable. And you got to feel for King Green. One of the OGs, to go out like that is rough. Wow. And you see he's got the arm bar totally locked in, and Bobby Green's not even reacting. So big win here, man. As always, as customary, for Patty Pimblett at UFC 304. Unbelievable. So listen, stay tuned. We got a lot more to go. We got 2 5-rounders coming up potentially. Next in the heavyweight division, right? For the interim title. That's what I meant to say. Tom Aspinall puts it on the line versus Curtis Blades. We'll be right back after this. Yeah, interesting decision coming here between Bannon and Ardeleon. Ardeleon dominated the ground in rounds 1 and 2, although she trailed in striking. And then round 3 looked to go to Shauna Bannon. She didn't get taken down in round 3 like she did in the first 2. Led in striking in every round. So it's going to be interesting. You'd have to have 2 judges give Ardeleon rounds 1 and 2. Here we go. It's going to be unanimous. Oh, no split. 29-28 each way. Here we go. 30-27, so that's got to be Bannon. It's got to be Bannon, yeah. So Shauna Bannon gets the win. She's jumping up and down. She's going to move to 6-1, but you got to credit Ardeleon taking a fight on short notice. A lot in the news this week. TikTok star, 2 million followers, all these things. She can't fight. And when I looked at the resume, she won 5 straight. So I thought she had a good chance to win this fight. We predicted her to win, but she fell. But the UFC should still sign her and give her an opportunity to train, fight 2 or 3 times a year, and she's certainly going to get better. But she falls to 9-6 here to Shauna Bannon, women's strawweight division, UFC 304. In the corner really yelling now to slow down. I'm not quite sure why. McParkin looking strong here in the early going. Already has about a 5 significant strike lead. Big return there, though, by Lucchese Brzezinski. These guys are both going fast. Oh, and some big shots now by Parkin. He lands the uppercut. Another right, a left. Down goes Brzezinski. And the fans are going crazy, and that's it. The first KO here in England. And the place is rocking already. What is it, midnight there? I mean, this place is rocking already. They're going till straight 6 a.m. Mick Parkin gets everybody excited for the rest of this card with a KO here, first round, just over 3 minutes in, and he led 34-24 in significant strikes, and it began with the uppercut. See Brzezinski start to move around funny, and then it led to the big finish. So Mick Parkin gets the win, and just as we expected, he remains undefeated at 10-0 here, heavyweight division, UFC 304. But when he's got the triangle locked in deep now on Crosby, and the ref's really looking in there trying to see. No tap yet, though. I mean, he's still moving around. He's lifting the hips. He's trying to relieve pressure. But Sam Patterson's really going for it. Now he goes to the full mount. That's even worse. Oh, boy. And he's going to lock it in even more. And Crosby's in a tough position here. Tough position. He's going to tap, and that's it. Sam Patterson. Another first-round finish, back-to-back first-round finishes. And Sam Patterson of England gets the big roar from the English crowd. So here we go. Things are looking good for England so far. Patterson's going to move to 12-2, and really just an easy fight for him. I mean, he just took Crosby right down, controlled the position, and got the victory. It's a nice performance by Sam Patterson, and as expected, and as we've seen in England, the England fighters win, man. And Sam Patterson is no different here at UFC 304. Yeah, Bukowskis has to go to work here. Definitely down in this fight, but controlling Prochnio on the ground right now. Now pounding away with the elbow. Nice. That's what you want to do. You got to go to work. And here we go. Another triangle. Another triangle. Ledeckis is locking it in pretty tight here. And Prochnio's not fighting it off at all. At all. Oh, man. Is he going to lose his fight this way? After dominating and striking, he does. He taps right in front of the corner of Modestas, and they go crazy. Backflip in the center of the octagon, and he is pumped. And who knows how the judges' scorecards play out, but it might have gone against Modestas, so that finish was huge. And you see Prochnio's face, he's surprised, to say the least. And he's getting right up, he's fine, but he had to tap. And look, he led 71-40 in significant strikes, 114-48 in total strikes. Just domination. But in head strikes, it was Modestas still led there, 32-25. So precision work by Prochnio doesn't pay off in the third as he gets submitted here. Light heavyweight division, UFC 304. Oban Elliott and Preston Parsons putting on a show here in the last fight of the early prelims. As we await the decision, here's how it went down, at least in the numbers, right? Total strikes 75-56. Parsons, significant strikes the other way, 48-41. For Elliott, plus he had a takedown, nearly 5 minutes of control. So very close fight. 29-28, it's going to be unanimous. 30-27 on the other two. Come on, Oban. Come on, Oban. Yes. Yes. Oban Elliott gets the win as predicted. And a lot of people have Preston Parsons winning. Of course, he was the American. Oban Elliott from Wales, well, he gets the win to move to 11-2, and he was the underdog coming into this one. But now he continues the win streak, so he's 11-2 here, welterweight division, UFC 304. After a wild week, Makaev and Kopp go to a decision, and we're waiting a decision now. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, these two got into it all week long in the hotel, in the face-off, prior to the fight starting. And the fight didn't really deliver. Very slow first round. You know, you wouldn't expect that. Two guys would want to get after each other. Then Kopp hurt his toe, his big toe in round 2, and was kind of off balance the rest of the fight. Although it still was a close fight. It was 45-35 in total strikes for Makayev, 30-24 in significant strikes. But head strikes was Manel Kopp. So it's going to be a very close decision, but it should go to Makayev. 29-28, 29-28, and 30-27, yeah. And Kopp's Muhammad Makayev gets the win, and Manel Kopp's face dropped, or mouth dropped when he heard 30-27, because he knows he didn't win all 3 rounds. So Makayev is happy. Both guys are now hugging it out, talking it out, so they're, you know, what they had going on before this fight is now over. And Kopp is still on the ground. He doesn't like this decision. He's very upset. But that's the way it goes. Muhammad Makayev, 13-0. Flyweight division, number 6 contender here at UFC 304. Jake Hadley and Kalen Lawford go toe-to-toe for 3 full rounds. Decision approaching here in just about 15 seconds. But Hadley led in striking, 100-58 in total strikes, 75-56 in significant strikes as both guys walk to the center of the octagon. But Lawford did have a takedown with 147 to control. You know, and I don't know if Hadley's going to get credit for a lot of these strikes, but he definitely outstruck Lawford and deserves a victory here. And how big would it be for him? And we got Lawford predicted to win, but I think Hadley won the fight. 30-27, 30-27, and 29-28. And Lawford's hand goes down. It's going to be Jake Hadley. Yes, Jake Hadley gets the win. He's going to move to 11-3, taking this fight on short notice, and he's in tears because this fight was so important for him. And he fought like it. I mean, incredible. Big win for him. Bantamweight division, UFC 304. Final minute now for Molly McCann. She's got to get the finish here. And now she reverses positions and jumps on the back. The crowd is going crazy. She's got 45 seconds to do something here. And she landed a big right. Bruna's covering up. Now Bruna flips, and now she's on top. Unbelievable. And that's kind of how this fight has played out. I mean, Bruna Brazil has dominated the length of the fight, but Molly McCann has had times where she looked great as well. But for the most part, confused and frustrated. And a lot of taking chances to make something happen is not looking like it's going to pay off for Molly McCann. Final 10 seconds, there's a tap as Bruna Brazil climbs it back, and now Molly shoves her off. Boy, now Molly's got her leg locked in. Stuck in a bad position to end the fight. And to me, Bruna Brazil dominated this fight. 49-19 significant strikes, 70-36 in total strikes, all for Bruna Brazil. 3 takedowns to 2, 535 of control to 331. So Bruna Brazil is going to get the victory here, unfortunately. First time I can remember Molly McCann losing at home. Bruna Brazil looked good from Brazil. She's now 10-4. Women's strawweight division, UFC 304. Line in the heavyweight division. Tom Aspinall versus Curtis Blades. And it's almost like it's for the title because John Jones, you just don't see him very much. But this is going to be an exciting fight where Tom Aspinall is the home crowd favorite. So let's get into it right now. In the heavyweight division, your co-main event for the interim heavyweight title at UFC 304. You got Tom Aspinall coming in at 14-3, taking on Curtis Blades, who comes in at 18-4. So 2 guys used to winning, right? Aspinall, believe it or not, is 1 inch taller at 6'5". He's 31. Blades 33. They're both in the prime. Blades has a 2-inch reach advantage, 80-78. They both stand right-handed. Aspinall is very active, 7.7 significant strikes per minute to 3.5 for Blades. Both guys possess KO power for sure. Now Blades lands nearly 2 takedowns every round. Aspinall lands 1 per round. But the intangible here is that Aspinall has 100% takedown defense. That's important. Winning 2 in a row against Sergey Pavlovich by KO. Marcin Tybura KO. But 3 fights ago, let us not forget, Curtis Blades KO'd Tom Aspinall very quickly in like 15 seconds. So
That's a problem, and Tom Aspinall is going to have to get past that KO. He's only had 2 fights since then. Curtis Blades did lose to Sergey Pavlovich, right, by KO, even though Aspinall beat him. So it's kind of confusing when you look at that situation. Then he came back and beat Jailton Almeida, a guy that everyone thought was just going to cruise past his opponents. In fact, Almeida had 9 takedowns in that fight, but Curtis Blades ended up landing the elbows and the hammers and ended up getting a second round KO to win that fight. So this is a very confusing fight. Tom Aspinall is a 2-1 favorite. He's fighting at home. But when you face a guy that KO'd you, that's got to be weighing heavily in your mind. And I forgot about that. And I was leaning towards Tom Aspinall before this fight. And the fact he's 2.5-1 favorite makes you want to pick him here. But I like Curtis Blades. I mean, you got 2 guys going at it, and one KO'd the other. So I don't care that he's the underdog. I like Curtis Blades to do it again here on the road in Tom Aspinall's home, basically, where he's the crowd favorite. Blades wins it, gets the interim belt, and John Jones is going to love this. He'll move to 19-4, heavyweight division co-main event for the heavyweight interim title at UFC 304.
Okay, so I made a big mistake on this prediction because it wasn't like Curtis Blades KO'd Tom Aspinall. Tom Aspinall got injured. And I just, for some reason, that slipped my mind, and I was just looking at the stats. But still, with all that being said, Curtis Blades can fall here for sure. But, man, he just continues to surprise you. Like, I thought Curtis Blades was down and out, and now all of a sudden he's surging and trending all the way up to an interim title shot. And if he gets to win here, you can start calling out John Jones. So I think Curtis Blades is going to upset the crowd here and Tom Aspinall. Either way, I feel that way. But I certainly made a mistake saying that he got KO'd. I mean, that's how it's registered, right? As a TKO, but the fact is Tom Aspinall just got injured.
You're watching the TCMMA podcast. And now, back to your host, Chris Cross.
Welcome back to the TCMMA podcast. We are live, UFC 304 watch party. Yes, it's going down. Both fighters making their walk to the octagon right now. Curtis Blades getting checked in by the referees and the medical staff. And coming out to Mortal Kombat, I like it. 13 wins by KO. I didn't realize that. But they weren't all in the heavyweight division, right? I think that's what the deal is. That's why he's not up there with Derek Lewis. Tom Aspinall getting ready to make the walk. You heard the big prediction there. This is the big one, ladies and gentlemen. This is the big fight of the night in terms of the prediction. Make no mistake about it. Because I think everybody has Tom Aspinall winning this fight. I mean, everybody has Aspinall winning this fight. We'll see what happens. Both guys making the walk to the octagon. And we'll see what happens. I mean, these guys are tall too. Tom Aspinall 6'5". Jesus. Unreal. So as we jump into chat room real quick, all hail King Bob. I mean King Green. My fault. Yeah. I hear you. I hear you. Pre-fight odds, Aspinall 4-1 favorite. So, you know, that's what everyone thinks, man. Everyone thinks Aspinall is going to walk in here and get the easy victory. I just don't see it happening. But you never know. I'm getting a little feedback, just trying to see where it's coming from, but I can't figure it out. So it's all good. Crowd roaring now. Tom Aspinall making the walk. They're loving this. So after you come off Paddy Pimblett's victory, you know, the crowd obviously is loving it. But it don't matter. You know, Curtis Blades has shown he's got the ability. He's just struggled in big fights, right? I mean, the guy's only struggled in big fights. He's got to come in and prove his ability in this one. I mean, it has to happen. Both guys possess KO power. You saw Curtis Blades really surprised me against Jailton Almeida because I thought this guy was climbing up the division. I mean, he's just taking down everybody and dominating. I mean, he was doing that to Blades, like 9 takedowns, until he started landing elbows and hammers. And next thing you know, it was over. So, guy's certainly capable of getting the job done. But again, he struggles in big fights. That's what everyone's told me all week. Oh, he struggles in big fights. He can't get the job done. And we're about to find out. Having a good night right now. I believe we're 8-4. As we sit here, won the last 3 in a row. And we usually do well in the main card. Should I even say this? Of pay-per-view settings. You know? We usually do well in the main card of pay-per-view settings. And right now it's looking good. We got the first 3. So 3-fight win streak pushes us to 8-4. But we need these next 2. And if Curtis Blades wins, it's probably going to be a great night. Both fighters getting announced in now by Bruce Buffer. Mark Goddard will be the referee. Always does a solid job. And what time is it in England now? 6:07, roughly? They're going to walk out with the sun up. I mean, it's crazy. And Tom Aspinall talking in the lead up, I mean, we reported on this 2 or 3 months ago how upset he was with the times, you know. Getting to fight at home in England in a pay-per-view setting, he's got to fight at 6 in the morning. Like, how do you even prepare for that? American fighters can try to stay on American time, you know. So if you're Curtis Blades, you want to be at midnight right now, not at 6 in the morning, but you fly over to England, you're there for a week. It's kind of hard to do that, right? Your body tends to rise and fall with the sun. So is there jet lag among the American fighters? We saw Bobby Green, King Green, fall pretty quickly. England has won mostly throughout the night, but it's just an awkward situation for everyone involved. So you can't say anyone really has the advantage. So again, Aspinall falling slightly below a 4-1 favorite. He's 251 pounds compared to the 265 Curtis Blades. And will history repeat itself? Will Curtis Blades continue to struggle on the big stage? We'll see. I mean, because he's on the big stage right now. Please believe it. Please believe it. Not tonight, Tommy. I root for England fighters, especially when it's in England, but not tonight. Not tonight. Let's go, Curtis. God, both these guys are huge, man. Just towering over everybody. Although there's some guy in the back, it's like 6'7". All right, Tom Aspinall versus Curtis Blades. Full fight reaction begins now as both fighters pace back and forth. Interim heavyweight title on the line, potential 5-round fight. A lot of people don't like these interim titles, but in this situation, when John Jones has a title, you got to have one. Waiting a year to see John Jones fight and waiting 4 years for Stipe. I mean, that's what's going on. This is why there's an interim title. This fight's underway, 20 seconds gone, just kind of feeling each other out. Both guys throwing a jab apiece. No big deal. Oh, that didn't take long. Aspinall goes right in and bodies up Blades against the fence. And Blades gets out of it nice. Oh boy. I'll tell you right now, Tom Aspinall looks good. He's moving well. I mean, he's moving well. Ooh, big left right by Curtis. Oh, Curtis takes a right. Here we go. Oh, he's in trouble already. Oh, Aspinall's pounding away from the back, and that's it. The ref jumps in right away. The ref jumped in that quick, and Curtis Blades can't believe it. I don't know if he's upset that he lost or he's upset that the fight was stopped so early. 1 minute exactly. And he puts his hands up like, what are you going to do? And I don't think Curtis thinks he was out of the fight right there. But we'll have to see the replay. But dang, Tom Aspinall made it happen quick in 1 minute. We were dead wrong on this one. Dang. Boy, in England just loving this. They're having a great night, man. For the most part. Not everybody's going to win, but they're at least like 7 or 8-2. Now coach is talking to Tom Aspinall. And just amazing. Him and Patty, like a minute and a half and then a minute. And it makes it much easier to be 6 in the morning, for sure. Okay, here comes boom. The right was, he kind of missed on the right. And Blade just stumbled, so it wasn't, you didn't have that big punch that you thought it looked like. And Curtis is kind of covering up. And he goes to push back and get up. I don't know. So he lands a jab and misses on the right. So the big right that looked like it dropped Blades actually missed. Curtis Blades stumbles backwards. He falls. Rolls to his stomach to avoid punches. And it looks for a second like he's not fighting back, and the ref stopped it. Yeah, and Curtis is putting his hands up with his eyes big. I don't know. Kind of an early stoppage, but yeah, you can't really argue with it. I think he thought it could be trouble for Curtis, but nonetheless, listen, Tom Aspinall wins with overwhelming force to move to 15-3, and there's no doubt now he's fighting for the heavyweight title next. He is fighting for the heavyweight title next. Big win for him here at UFC 304. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, that did not take long. That did not take long at all. So we're going to jump into another break here in a second. And what you're going to see as we lead up to Leon Edwards versus Belal Muhammad is several of the reactions from the past. Like when he KO'd Usman, when Belal KO'd Brady, and all those type of things. So sit through the break. It won't be long. It'll be like 10, 15 minutes. We'll be back, and it'll be welterweight title time. And I think we're getting ready for a long one. But at least the first two were pretty quick. So listen, stay tuned. We'll be right back after this.
And you see these fights too from like Adesanya, Usman. 2 takedowns, but I don't think Belal to win the belt and who wins. Now Edwards is 3. The rematch, we only have a little bit to go off of in the previous fight because it was stopped early, but it's certainly going to be an exciting fight, and when a title's on the line, all eyes are watching. Check this out. In the welterweight division at UFC 304, this is your main event for the welterweight title. You got Leon Edwards, current champion, coming in at 22-3, taking on Belal, remember the name, Muhammad, who comes in at 23-3. So both of these guys with very similar records. This is going to be a great championship fight. Not one that I think a lot of people are really wanting to see, but at least it gets the division moving forward regardless of who wins. Now Edwards is 3 inches taller at 6'2". He's right in the prime, 32 years old. Belal Muhammad, 35. Edwards has a 2-inch reach advantage. He fights left-handed. Muhammad fights right-handed. Now, Belal's better in terms of activity and takedowns. He lands 4.6 significant strikes per minute to 2.8 for Edwards, and lands 2 takedowns every 3 rounds. Edwards just 1 every 3 rounds, but Edwards has good takedown defense. So as we dig a little bit deeper, Rocky, aka Leon Edwards, like I said, 70% takedown defense. That's really good. Beat Colby Covington by decision to defend the belt. Beat Usman twice to win the belt and retain the belt. And beat Nate Diaz prior to that. Now, on the other hand, Belal Muhammad's on a tremendous run. He did have the no contest against Edwards, but other than that, he's run off like 9 straight victories. Right? He's unbeaten in the last 10 fights. So both of these guys very similar. This is like when you had Oliveira versus Makhachev, both guys on tremendous winning streaks. But because of the no contest, it's hard to say winning streak, which they both are on. But when you look at the unbeaten streak, both of these guys are like 10, 11, 12 fights in since they lost. So it's a perfect matchup. Now, despite the numbers, what we saw in the first fight is after the first round, Leon Edwards led 19-8 in significant strikes, right? The fact that Edwards is a lefty really was confusing Belal Muhammad. He was having trouble being active, right? Think about it. He was averaging like 1.4 significant strikes per minute compared to his normal average, which is way below the normal average. So I think that's a sign of what's to come in this fight. Leon Edwards tend to keep his opponents off balance, which we saw against Colby Covington, right? Colby just landing 44 significant strikes in a 5-round fight. Did have 2 takedowns, but I don't think Belal will do that to Leon. Leon's too good here. He's got the height advantage. He's got the experience. He's the current champion. He's fighting at home. For all those reasons, I like Leon Edwards to get the job done in this fight and win it by decision. It's going to go the distance. In my opinion, it's going to be a long fight, but he'll win by unanimous decision to move to 23-3. And it's hard to say how, but he's just going to limit Belal Muhammad. That's the bottom line, to retain the welterweight belt here at UFC 304. Yeah, and again, I mean, the only one we've gone against is Tom Aspinall, right? Among the home fighters, you're talking about Molly McCann, Paddy Pimblett, Tom Aspinall, and Leon Edwards. And the fact that Leon's fighting at home, and he started out so strong in the previous fight, leads me to believe that he's just going to walk away with this victory, probably 48-47, right? It'll be like 3-1 going into the 5th. Belal will surge at the end because he has to, but Leon Edwards will stave off the finish and get the victory. That's just how I see it going. And Leon Edwards even going further to say, you know, Belal doesn't even have a big enough name to fight at UFC 300, in so many words. He had multiple other offers, including Khamzat Chimaev, believe it or not, to fight at UFC 300, but none of those things came to fruition. Travel issues for Khamzat, other potential fights, right? Big names to get him on the UFC 300 card, but the UFC did the right thing in saving him for this setting because, you know, after 300, everybody fought, and you're going to have some weak cards after the fact. So this at least keeps the card strong at the top for UFC 304, and you got a title on the line. But make no mistake, Leon Edwards is coming out with the victory here, in my opinion, and he'll do so fairly easily.
You're watching the TCMMA podcast. And now, back to your host, Chris Cross.
All right, here we go. Belal Muhammad making his way to the octagon. One of the biggest fights of the summer, for sure. Leon Edwards getting ready to make the walk, and he's putting his welterweight title on the line. This is what we've been waiting for, ladies and gentlemen. This is what we've been waiting for. About 5 minutes away, maybe 3 minutes from fight time. Get in the chat room. Let me know who you think's going to win this fight. We've had the predictions leading up to this. People are on both sides of the fence. I got stopped in Walmart today, believe it or not. And a guy said, "Who you got?" I said, "Leon." He said, "No way." He said, "Belal's winning the fight." So we'll see. But listen, here's where we stand on the night. So we haven't updated these, but we're perfect in the main card right now. Arnold Allen, Gregory Robocop Rodriguez getting the win. Paddy Pimblett getting the win. Oh no, I'm sorry, we lost Curtis Blades. Okay, so we're 8-5 right now. All right, we got 5, 6, 7, 8, and 5 losses. Yeah, we're 8-5 going in. Now listen, the big story here is the main event for us, right? We're at 1.4-7 to start the season in the first 11 weeks. Since then, we've gone 10-3. So this is a big one. We can get to 15-10 here with Leon Edwards getting the win, finish the night at 9-5, and I'm all for it. That's what we need to happen. So we'll see if indeed that's what happens. Leon Edwards now making the walk. Crowd's loving it. And I'll be just honest with y'all. I think I'm ready for 5 rounds. I mean, we got 2 fights. The previous 2 fights finishing in the first round. Paddy Pimblett submitting King Green. Tom Aspinall getting the TKO over Curtis Blades. And now I'm ready for all-out battle for 5 rounds. Both these guys win by decisions, right? Or do they? Leon Edwards ended up KOing Kamaru Usman to win the title. Belal Muhammad finished Sean Brady. Not a lot of people saw that coming either. They thought Sean Brady, me too, I thought Sean Brady was going to win that fight. Both guys coming in with a huge unbeaten streak. For Leon Edwards, it's 13-fight unbeaten streak. Hasn't lost in 9 years. That's going back to what, 2015 against Usman? That's crazy. But Belal's in the same boat. He hasn't lost since what, 2019, 2020, something like that, without looking. He's 36 years old. The time is now. Leon Edwards is 32. He's in the smack in the middle of the prime. I mean, he could run off another 2 or 3 years as a champ. So, and if he wins this, he's beating everybody. Beating Usman, beating Covington, beating Belal if he wins this. So now you start looking at other guys on the rise like Ian Gary, Shavkat Rakhmonov. But this fight's going to set the tone for who is the champ going forward. And I'm not so sure, with how long Leon had to wait to fight for the title, I'm not so sure if he falls here that he gets a rematch. I think you're going to really see this division open up. I think this is one of the, big reigning champions in this division. For a while it was Usman, now it's Edwards. Before that, Tyrone Woodley, right? So you've had some reigning champions that lasted a while once they got the belt. Leon Edwards more than a 2.5 to 1 favorite. He's 22-3. Belal's 23-3. This is it. I mean, this is freaking it. Leon Edwards saying Belal's name wasn't big enough to get him to UFC 300. Taking some shots at him in the lead up to the fight. And he's right. But if Belal can win this fight, it'll change everything for his status and his name recognition for sure. Although he's got a lot of fans, don't get me wrong. But this would change the game for him going forward, right? Now you're the champ. That's what's at stake. And for a while, now it's lightweight, right? Because that's the toughest division in the UFC. But for a while, for me, it was the welterweight. I mean, back when you had Usman, Colby, Leon, all these guys coming up. Hamza was in the division for a while. Gilbert Burns, right? So you know, it's kind of faded away from me a little bit, especially when you see the title fight between these two. You know, the division has fallen off a little, but it's getting ready to heat back up because Shavkat and Ian are coming. Yeah, let's go. Let's go. Come on, Leon. You got to get it done, baby. I just want to see another first round finish either way. Haha. Belal getting booed. Fighting out of Chicago, Illinois. More than a 2-1 underdog. And it's crazy to think anyone's an underdog here. Neither of these guys have lost for a long time. Long time. Not today, Belal. Not today, baby. I'll tell you what, if he wins this fight, we're going to remember the name, that's for sure. Let's go, Leon. Looking sick, man. Looking strong for this fight. Looking like he's in the best shape of his career, and I'm not playing. Built like a middleweight. Fighting out of Birmingham, England. And the crowd's going to go crazy. They just saw Tom Aspinall win. Might be on the verge of a heavyweight title, who knows. The last thing you want to see to end this night if you're England is Leon Edwards fall. That's the last thing you want to see. Because it's either going to be a spectacular night or a night of what it could have been. That's what it comes down to. Because if he loses, England leaves with no title. And here we go. Both fighters come into the center. I love this ref. Nope. No touch of gloves. He said very well. Yeah, they'll touch gloves after the fight. Yeah, baby. All right, so here we go. Leon Edwards, Belal Muhammad, full fight reaction. We're here till this thing finishes at UFC 304. This is your main event, the rematch, if you want to call it that. This fight's underway. Leon Edwards standing lefty, Belal standing righty, and already Belal's pressuring, you know. And he shoots in for a takedown. Oh, look at this. And picks Leon up and takes him right down. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. That was too easy, man. Leon Edwards got the money green shorts on. He better do something. This is not where you want to be with Belal. That takes the height advantage away. Not how you want to start this fight. Smart move by Belal, right? Because he was trailing 15-6 in the last fight when it was stopped on the eye poke. So he didn't have a good showing at first. This time he comes out with much more aggression. Getting right in the face of Leon, then shooting for the takedown, picking him up, and taking him down. Now Leon looking to get back up. Belal's going to try to keep him down, trying to take the back. But Leon stands up, takes a knee, but the crowd's still roaring. They love it. And great job by Leon. Great job. He's back into control position here. 90 seconds gone. That's what I'm saying. I expect a battle here. I expect an absolute battle from beginning to end. Both guys are extremely good. Crowd chant something I can't tell, but it's definitely in favor of Leon Edwards. And Leon Edwards looking, other than Molly McCann, I mean, looking really to cap off almost a perfect night if you ask England fans. I mean, this would be a perfect night other than one or two blemishes along the way in a long 14-fight card, and Leon lands a big left on the way out here. Both guys standing once again. Belal lands a leg kick. And now Leon beginning to pick up the aggressiveness. Here we go. And total strikes heavily outweighing significant strikes here, so not a lot of these punches. Ooh, and a nice knee to the body by Leon. And Belal's hands are coming down already. You better be careful. Not run out of gas. Five rounds definitely favoring Leon Edwards in this situation. The later it goes, I mean, we're in the first round right now. But just a peek ahead. I mean, it would favor him the longer it goes, other than a finish. And you don't see either guy get a lot of finishes. I mean, these are two guys that are used to going decisions. But Belal, it's more 3-round, not 5-round. He's had a couple, but... And a nice left by Leon. Belal backs off. And now Leon doing a better job of countering after that early takedown. Ooh, nice leg kick by Leon. Come on, Leon, got to counter, got to counter. It's a fast pace, though. Fast-paced fight already. And it's a lot of jabs and touches and things like that. Knees, big right hands, big left hand. I mean, they're doing everything right now. It's just neither one allowing the other to breathe. And especially Belal is just coming forward. Well, I think Leon realizes he's in a fight here. And Belal lands another takedown, picks him up, takes him down once again. And Belal's on top here with 35 seconds left in the round. And Belal's going to win this round. 2 takedowns. He's leading big time in total strikes. Doubling up Leon in head strikes, 14-7. Oh boy. Definitely a different fight than the first one. Sorry, just hold it there, Leon. Get the round 2. Wow, great first round for Belal. I'm surprised. Yes, you heard it. I'm surprised. Care what nobody says. Because I think Leon's winning the fight. Now it's a little bit more in doubt. So now if you're Leon, you got to win 2 of the next 3. Right? Which is going to be a big change from round 1. And you got to win round 5. So it kind of changes the game plan now. And what Belal's doing is he's just pressuring. He's causing Leon Edwards problems by just constantly pressuring. And then he's able to finish that pressure sometimes, landing 2 big takedowns. Now, he only had a minute 45 of control. But when you look at everything else, he's doubling up Leon in total strikes, head strikes, and it's 19-13 in significant strikes. And we're getting a replay of the first takedown. And here's the second. See, Leon Edwards landed a big knee to the body earlier in the round. I mean, they're definitely going back and forth, but Belal won that round. Nice uppercut by Belal. And see, the thing is for Leon, why the counter is so important is because the counter could prevent the takedown or allow you to land an uppercut as a takedown's coming in. So when he does not counter is when he gets taken down. And we saw him counter nicely at times in the first round, but when he didn't, he got taken down. Boy, now Leon's getting caught in Belal's game now. He's trying to throw big punches. And that tells me Leon's is a little desperate here. Belal landing a couple jabs. And another. And a left-right. Come on, Leon. And the champ certainly in trouble here. Belal shoots in for another takedown. Will he get it? He's got the head on the hip. And remember, something you didn't hear enough of this week is that Belal's been training with Khabib. And you can see it. You can see the Khabib in him a little bit with the pressure. And a moment ago, getting the head on the hip. The takedown game is even better for Belal. And another takedown. Wow. And after seeing how the first fight played out, and in the short time we got to see the fight, Belal looks much different here. And I think you do got to give Khabib credit. I mean, you could just tell. I mean, when he has Leon Edwards, like right now, he's got the back, Leon Edwards standing up. But the takedown game and the pressure is straight out of Khabib's playbook. Oh, he takes Leon down again. Oh my goodness. Now he's got the back, and I think Leon Edwards is just surprised at this point. Belal pounding away from behind. He's looking for the rear. Leon's doing everything he can to protect himself. As we've seen, he's very capable of doing in the past. And the crowd sort of stunned here. The crowd getting loud now. They want to see Leon get out of this. He's trying to keep the hand down to prevent a knee. Now he works his way up. Belal takes him right back down. Goodness gracious. Leon looking frustrated, gets taken down again. Gosh. And Belal just dominating Leon Edwards right now. I just can't believe it, man. Yep, and that's what DC's saying too, is it looks like a Khabib type performance. You do see the Khabib in Belal Muhammad. And again, it's on the feet, it's straight pressure. It's trying to pressure you, get you back into the fence, off balance, boom, puts the head on the hip. And not only is he taking down Leon, I mean, he's picking him up and taking him down. Now over 5 minutes of control. So Belal's had control for more than half the fight so far. And I don't think Leon Edwards expected this. And finally, Leon Edwards turns Belal back into the fence, and he's got to finish this round strong to have any chance of winning it. I just don't see him winning this round. Final 40. Now Leon looks to take the back, and he does. Now Belal flips back to his chest on chest. Now Edwards in control for the first time in a big way. Come on, Leon, you gotta work. You gotta work. This isn't doing anything. And there's a tap. And Leon's not gonna have time for a potential submission or anything like that. As this clock winds down, Belal Muhammad looking good in the first 2 rounds. Wow. The champ is in trouble. The champ is in trouble. And you know, Belal, if he's training with Khabib and he already looks like he can last fights, he's winning a lot of decisions. I don't see Belal getting tired. I just don't see it. Now they're getting in Leon's face, the coach, and trying to pump him up. They know he's down 2-0 right now. Title is on the line. And definitely a little desperation in the corner of Leon Edwards, for sure. Gosh. Look at this. Oh. Wow. And we're getting a look at some of the takedowns from Belal, and he just looks different. Leon Edwards going to have to pull a major trick out of the bag here 3 times if he's going to win this fight. And it might be a lot like the Usman fight where we're talking about him potentially losing when he was down 3-1 and got the win by KO. He might need something like that here against Belal. Gosh, that pressure is ridiculous. He's coming in. There it is, head on the hip. Gosh. And another takedown, even though Leon knows it's coming. And look at that step over. That's straight Khabib right there. Ooh, and now Leon gets the back. A little bit of a mistake by Belal. Don't count the champ out just yet. Leon hasn't lost in 9 years for a reason. I mean, he's certainly, definitely in doubt right now. But don't count a guy out who's not lost in 9 years. He finds ways to win. And look at that. Now Leon's got the back and the legs wrapped around. So Belal's in a little bit of trouble here. And this is the best position we've seen Leon in just yet. He's trying to secure the rear, but Belal's doing a great job of keeping the chin down. And he's going to have to battle here for 3.5 minutes potentially, or until he gets out of this. But right now, Leon's got the body lock for sure, and it's secured. Come on, Leon, keep working. Belal doing a good job keeping the hands up. Come on, Leon. Yeah, I don't see Leon giving up this position. And Belal looking at the ref for a bailout. Don't give it to him. Leon's got great position here. He's got the back. Ooh. He's getting underneath here a little bit, but Belal's going to be able to slide it off, it looks like. And it's going to be very tough for Leon to finish him from this position, only because Leon's got his back on the ground, and Belal's just doing a good job of fighting the hands. Come on, Leon, do something. As soon as he puts those hands down, and you see fighters make that mistake all the time. You got a guy on your back and you put your hands down to try to get up, and that's when they lock it in. Belal's not doing that. Ooh. Belal slides it off. Crowd thought they had something. Belal slides it off again, and he's battling here. 130 left, well, just over 130 left in round 3. Exactly what we expected. A battle. It's not going to be easy for either guy to win. Yeah, and see, Leon, with his back on the ground, is having a tough time landing any type of strikes. I mean, it's all submission here and just sheer control. And Leon just seems secure here, just keeping the position. I mean, he's got the body triangle locked in. Belal can't turn his hips, right? And now Leon's pounding away a little bit. At times he tries to get underneath, but Belal's showing he's not going to allow that to happen. Now Belal sits up. Leon pulls him back down. And wow, they're going to sit here for literally 4 straight minutes. And it's kind of like a layup when you're down 5 with a minute left. Like, I just got to go ahead and take the layup. You know, Leon's just trying to take the layup and get back in this fight. So he's trying to just secure around here. And then you got to take it round by round. You got to win the next two as well. Yeah. So Belal's up 2-1. I mean, it's real simple. Should be no controversy. Should be that way on every judge's scorecard. Belal's up 29-28, 2 rounds to 1 right now. And you see a little bit more nervousness on the face of Belal Muhammad now as his corner talks to him. So the momentum is switched a little bit here. But what Belal's got to keep in mind is, hey, I got a fresh start in round 4. Leon landed to, switch positions, ended up holding me down, didn't do much with it. And now I got to come out in round 4 and just be a little bit more careful of allowing that to happen. Belal followed his same game plan as he did in the first 2 rounds. The only difference is Leon Edwards got the better of the ground game in that one. So we'll see if Belal's going to continue to pressure. But will he shoot for a takedown this time around? We'll see. And what's going through Leon Edwards' mind? He knows he has to win the next 2 rounds. Belal just needs to win 1. Yeah, Belal continuing to pressure. Nice leg kick by Leon. Man, we've seen that leg kick before. Famously. Boom, left, right. Ooh, okay. Okay, Leon, let's go, baby. Belal coming right back. This round's going to be a battle, man. This round is going to be an absolute battle. Yeah, if I'm Belal, I keep punching here. Leon Edwards is kind of waiting for that takedown. He's waiting to defend the takedown. And Belal's starting to land now because of it. Leon's got to pick up the pace. Taking too many punches here, Leon. Oh, here it comes again. Belal's got the head on the hip. Now Belal's going to take the back. Yeah, it's crazy. Belal's got 8 takedowns on 10 attempts. I mean, unbelievable. And Leon Edwards has great takedown defense. We didn't factor this in. I didn't believe training with Khabib was going to be, of course it's going to be a factor, but I didn't believe it was going to be this much. I mean, Belal looks like a different person in the octagon. Straight aggressive. Ability really to get into the body of his opponent and just dominate. I mean, it's just crazy. 8 takedowns. And this is the important part for Leon Edwards. These next 2.5 minutes, or he's going to find himself down 3-1 in round 5. Then he'd have to pull off another miracle. Come on, Leon. Come on, Leon. You got to do something, man. God, it's like 2 opposite rounds. Now he's got the body triangle locked in. Leon's not going anywhere, and Belal's cruising to a lead here. He'll be up 3-1 if he wins this round, and it's looking a lot like it's going to happen right now. And you got to give it to Belal. He wasn't, even though he had the mistake in the last round, it put him in a bad position for the final 3-4 minutes. He didn't worry about that. He went right in and continued the same game plan, and it's paying off. Now Belal talking to Leon a little bit, and Leon can't do a darn thing about it. Final minute, round 4. And the important thing here will be is during the break is, if we get there before round 5, is that will Leon Edwards' corner tell him he needs a finish? Because they got to tell him. Now Leon trying to roll, and he does roll out of it. He gets on top here, final 30 seconds. And he's going to need something big here to win this round. It's not going to happen. Yeah. Yeah, he's got to definitely risk the position to try to get this round. But instead, he's just trying to keep the position, and that's going to put him down 3-1 here in about 4 seconds. And that's it. 3-1. I think everybody in the world has a 3-1 right now. This is not one of those where you have a close round. I mean, it's been pretty clear who's doing what in each round. All right, we're getting the inside of Leon Edwards' corner now. And his corner's kind of yelling and screaming a little bit. Someone tell him he needs a finish. And the volume's in and out. Come on, man. Somebody tell him. They're telling him he's got to go for it. Yeah, you got to pull it out. Okay, they're at least giving him notice. All right? That's what good coaches do. You got to give them notice and say, hey, you can't come out of this round with the clock hitting 0, right? You got to come out of this round. I mean, I don't care if you get KO'd. You got to go for the KO in this round. The control time doesn't seem like you're going to be able to submit Belal. Any control time is just crazy. He's got to defend takedowns and land a finish. And I'm sure Belal is going to be ready to go for a takedown here. Leon cannot back up, though. He's got to stay right in the center. He cannot back up. Come on, Leon. Come on, Leon. Yep. Don't back up. This is what he should have been doing throughout the fight. He's staying in the center now. He's not backing up, because his back is against the wall. Oh, here comes a takedown. See, it's harder to land in the center. Good job, Leon. But now he's backed up against the fence. Not good. Not good. And Belal looking solid, man. Leon was able to stay in the center for about the first 30 seconds. Now Belal's pushed him back to the fence. He's got the head on the hip. And this might be game, set, match right here. Crowd booing. There's nothing they can do. And you remember going back to Kamaru Usman, when he was down 3-1 in the first title fight, he landed the leg kick to get the KO to win the belt. Something like that here is going to be needed again. Nine takedowns, 13 attempts. He's going to be well over 10 minutes. And this is the part that I don't know that anyone could predict. I mean, he's doing to Leon Edwards what I would have thought Colby would have done. Is just control the fight. But Belal's doing it. I'll tell you what, I would love to see Belal and Colby fight. Because you're talking about a lot of fundamentals on the ground at play. Because Colby's a good wrestler. He's got good takedown defense. And it looks to me like Belal's on a different level now. Now Belal pounding away from behind. He's looking for the rear. But if you're Belal here, you just want to maintain this position. He's got the body triangle locked in. And Leon Edwards is 2 minutes away from losing the title. And he's looking more and more dejected second by second. Dang it. Dang it, dang it, dang it. And I can't stop saying it. I'm sure I'll say it tomorrow on the podcast as well. I did not see this coming. I knew he was training with Khabib, but I didn't know there was going to be this much difference from one fight to the next. I mean, this is just total domination of the champion. And I'm sure Leon Edwards is as shocked as anybody. I don't think he even thought this was possible. And Belal Muhammad is a minute away from being the welterweight champ. Think about it. He came in and dominated the first 2 rounds. Okay, and then Leon Edwards wins round 3. So now the champ's going to come back, right? Nope. Belal Muhammad, 8 minutes, 9 minutes of control time in the final 2 rounds. Now Leon gets up, but he goes right back to the ground. See? That's not what he wanted. Now Leon's pounding away. Leon's going for it. Leon's standing up. 30 seconds left. The crowd's going crazy a little bit, although that clock is running down. Oh, wow. Wow. It's too bad he didn't have another 2 minutes here. He could do something. Belal's just going to hold on for 20 seconds here, but Leon clearly landed big time from the top position. Look at this. Gosh, and Leon's getting it going now, and the fight's going to end. Oh, my gosh. When you see the pictures of this after the fact, you're going to think Belal lost the fight. Dang. And Leon landed now. Wow, dude. If you judge a fight by the last thing you saw, you would have thought Leon Edwards would have won this fight. But instead, Belal dominates for what? 20 of the 25 minutes? Unbelievable. Wow, look at Belal, man. It's crazy. Leon Edwards went off for the final 30 seconds. It's just not going to be enough. If he could have done that for 2 minutes, he could have got a 10-8 round. Wow. Yeah, there's no way. Like, even if Leon stole round 5 at the end, which I don't think he did, there's no way you're giving Leon Edwards any other round besides round 3. And I wanted Leon Edwards to win. I predicted him to win. But let me just say this right now. If they give this fight to Leon Edwards, it'll be the biggest, the worst decision in the sport we've seen in a long time. You know? And these takedowns are just sick. 9 of 13, 12 minutes of control. Now, Leon had 7 minutes of control on his own accord on 2 takedowns. But look at total strikes, 183 to 83. 100 more for Belal. 63 to 43. Belal significant strikes. Head strikes, 54 to 30. I mean, it's not even close. It's not even close. But man, God, Leon was coming in the final 30, boy. Here we go. Both guys come into the center. And here we go. It better be unanimous for Belal. Like, no robbery here needed. Here we go. Oh boy. 48-47. 48-47. 49-46. That's weird. It should be Belal. Dana White's already walking over to him. And no! Belal Muhammad is the welterweight champion, man. I cannot believe it. And there he is. He's crying. He's on the ground, kissing the ground. It's like the look on these guys' faces when they win the title for the first time is just unbelievable. And he's shaking now. You know he worked hard for it, man. Belal Muhammad is the champ. Holy cow. 24-3. Takes down Leon Edwards. And Ian Gary better bring his wrestling game. Shavkat better bring his wrestling game. Colby better have been working for the last year since we've seen him. Like, if you're going to come in and challenge Belal now, you better be ready for the ground game because it was just sick tonight. I mean, he just went off. And Belal Muhammad comes into England and steals the belt from Leon Edwards. What could have been an almost perfect night ends in a bad way for England here at UFC 304. So listen, that's a wrap, man. We appreciate y'all watching. Great watch party. I knew the last fight was going 5 rounds. It did. And that's the way it turns out. Leon Edwards, a guy that we got, top 5, 6, 7 on the due list, he falls. We're going to have to put Belal Muhammad up there because that takedown game was ridiculous tonight. Credit Belal Muhammad. If there was another 2 minutes, Leon Edwards might have won the fight. But there wasn't. Belal Muhammad got the job done. This is your boy Chris Cross. Hope y'all enjoyed the show. Until next time, have a great day and God bless. Peace.